But let's start with the NFL. There's a lot of news coming out. And, a lot of opinions on what's going on in San Francisco with the quarterback room. Now, we do have some clarity. We know the starter's Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant from a year ago, but he's certainly not irrelevant anymore. The backup is Sam Darnold, who was the number 3 pick by the Jets of, 2018, was it? Or several years ago, not too long ago. He's still young, but has, couldn't get it done in New York, couldn't get it done in Carolina. New life for him in San Francisco, and he beat out Trey Lance, who the Niners folks may remember a few years ago traded 3 first-round picks and more for the right to move up and draft Trey Lance. And now, with only 4 starts under his belt, George, he is being not only benched, but third string. The reports are that they are exploring all options. One of them is keeping him because, look, they've had their quarterbacks injured for, forever, including, obviously, last year in the NFC title game. They could have used a third-string quarterback, but also trading him. And there are reports saying they've been trying. They've been taking calls, talking to teams for a while, and there really aren't any takers and really aren't any good offers for Trey Lance.
How can there be, Chris?
Well, what I want to throw at you, because a lot of people, I'm fine with Brock Purdy starting. He should be, as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of people are saying they are mishandling this QB situation because they gave up so much for Trey, and he has not had a real shot, but that's injuries is not his fault, but he's been injured. And then the guy behind him, Brock Purdy, played great. And obviously Trey hasn't been that impressive in practice. So do you think he's being mishandled and mistreated, for lack of a better word? Or are you cool with the way the Niners are doing this?
Oh, they are 100% mishandling this. But the thing is, there are some people that approach this conversation from a sunk cost, or like a poker term, like you're pot committed because you put so much into this. Right. No, man, don't throw good money after bad money. If you realize that it ain't working, then yes, you should move on. But the reason why that there have not been takers at the price that they want is because of the PR way that they've handled this. Like everything. Oh, Sam Darnold, so much better. Brock Purdy's our guy. So from the outside,
I do agree. So I don't know why you can still make him third string, but you don't have to make him look so bad.
Correct. So if you're another team, you're saying, I'm not going to give up anything substantial for this dude. Maybe I'll give up a 7th round pick, 6th round pick, but they clearly don't want him anymore. So he might be on the street in a minute, and I can get him for nothing.
Well, look, if I'm the Niners, I'm keeping him as my third string.
100%.
Right?
100%. And the main thing, though, Chris.
And Brock, I think Brock Purdy will play well, but he could get hurt or he could play poorly. Darnold, could come in and play poorly. And so maybe Trey Lance will get another shot.
100%. And the thing that people are not recognizing is that, yes, Brock Purdy had a little run last year. But we have no idea whether that was Linsanity or whether that's real. Because what happens is in the NFL, is particularly at the quarterback
longer than
position.
Linsanity, though.
Yeah, it was 6 games. It was 6 games and 2 playoff games. It was 6 games and 2 playoff games.
I'm not gonna let you belittle Brock Purdy like that.
I'm not belittling it, but the reality, it was 6 regular season games, and they were against bad opponents.
But these are what he did. Oh, really? Because his first start was against the GOAT, Tom Brady. A team that won the Super Bowl a couple years earlier. A team that won the Super Bowl a couple years earlier. A team that didn't they make the playoffs? Am I mistaken?
With a losing record, what are we talking about?
A playoff team last year, and he beat them. He's standing across the field at the GOAT and beats him in the first game he's ever started in the NFL. And then in his first start in the playoffs, throws for 332 and 3 touchdowns, no picks against Seattle. Pete Carroll, good coach, beats Dallas and then gets hurt against Philadelphia. So I like Purdy. I'm not sitting here saying he's going to be a Pro Bowler and all that. But what I will say is I think he deserves credit for what he did.
No, he does.
Last year.
He
and shouldn't be belittled as Jeremy Lin.
I was not belittling the man at all. I'm saying that we don't know whether it was whether it was Linsanity or whether it was actually real. And one of the things that happens, like if you notice, Nick Mullins, the backup quarterback for the Vikings right now, had success in Kyle Shanahan's offense.
Wasn't he quarterback when they were 1-10?
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that he didn't have some. No. I'm saying he looked like, oh wow, there could actually be something here. And Brock Purdy, who had a good run. Here's the thing: he had a good run. He only threw 170 passes. And the thing that happens with NFL,
Mullins is 5-12 as a starter.
The thing that happens with NFL
in San Francisco.
defensive coordinators, Chris,
stop.
The thing that happens with
QBR
NFL defensive
lower
coordinators.
Than the bottom of your Jordans.
Okay, see, look, I can't even finish.
I'm just saying,
the
you
point.
over here making misstatements talking about Nick Mullins was balling.
I didn't say Nick Mullins was balling. I said Nick Mullins showed something. Here is the thing that happens with NFL coordinators. They figure out where the weakness is in your game and if you cannot change your game. Prime example. I'm going to give you a prime example. Patrick Mahomes, when he had Tyreek Hill for the first 3 years that he was a starter, there are bombs over Baghdad, throwing it over everybody's head. And then all of a sudden, in what was quote unquote the worst year of his career, which was his fourth year, where it was still absolutely awesome.
Right.
They forced him to dink and dunk.
I feel you.
They forced Tom Brady to make adjustments. They force you to
right.
Yeah, to
Shanahan
test
is
and he's going to be tested.
And I hear you, and that's true.
Brock's going to be tested this year.
Shanahan is excellent at doing what my quarterback can do. You know what I'm saying? So he will have him in good position to be successful, and they got weapons galore. If they stay healthy on that side of the ball, I mean, you would think he's going to have some success.
The point is, Brock Purdy had success. He may come out and be lights out this year. However, though, there is a percentage chance that is not minuscule.
Right.
That this could go left. And then the incessant love for Sam Darnold. It is. We have seen this Sam Darnold show as much as we've seen the Baker Mayfield show. We know how this ends.
I don't know, though. I don't know that we do.
He's an experienced
I'm not a big
quarterback,
Sam Darnold
Chris.
fan. I know I'm not a big Sam Darnold fan, but am I ready to say he can't have some success?
He can have some success. He's a backup quarterback. He's a backup quarterback. And remember, Sam Darnold is extremely experienced. He started for 6 years, 6 years. So he's seen things that Trey Lance has not. He's done things that Trey Lance has. He's made mistakes that Trey Lance has not. But the idea that people in the media are talking about, oh my God, Sam Darnold, they're fawning over Sam Darnold. And in his 6th year, after 5 bad years, and granted, he had a saboteur with his first coach. But when you look at Trey Lance, who has been injured, and people are now saying, oh, this dude's a bum, he can't play. But then we want to give Sam Darnold the benefit of the doubt, even though we've seen 5 years of him playing football. That's the issue. Is that there's a lot of
into this because I want to know you did a lot of yapping and it was good.
There's a lot of Trey left.
I want to see are they? I get the situation is being handled oddly. I agree. I don't think you just kill Trey Lance's trade value the way they have.
No,
but. Do you think he can play? Do you think he's gotten a fair shot? That is what we're going to get to after this break. It is the Odd Couple, Chris Broussard, George Wrighster. We're talking about the quarterback situation in San Francisco. Okay, here's what I want to ask you, George, because we can agree that the Niners have wrongly killed Trey Lance's trade value. And look, if he's behind Sam Darnold, behind Brock Purdy, I don't care how much positive they say about him, how glowingly they talk about him, he's not going to have much trade value. All right, because he clearly is their third quarterback. However, they could have done that better. But you have said they've mishandled the situation. You just said you think he can play. So what do you think they should he have been given a chance to beat out Brock Purdy? Should he be the backup for sure at the very least? Or should he maybe, last year he entered as the starter. Yes. Should he be the starter this year? What are your thoughts?
No. He should not be the starter, especially the way things shook out. Brock Purdy played really well. They were in the NFC Championship game. And then he gets hurt. So, and Trey didn't necessarily do anything during the spring and summer that leads you to believe like okay, he's unsat Brock Purdy, or that he just looks so lights out. And you have to remember that physically, right? That arm talent, running, mobility, everything, all the boxes, Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy. So if Trey Lance is good, he's going to look
Says
better.
Who?
Says
that
everybody.
Trey Lance is better than Brock Purdy?
No. I'm saying in the physical tools category. So if Trey Lance looks good, right? Like if Trey Lance is playing at an A level and Brock Purdy is playing at an A level, Trey Lance's A level is like his ceiling is higher than Brock Purdy's.
Well,
but also his floor is lower. No, hold up.
Just
but
because
his floor,
he's better physically, if indeed that's the case. I mean, obviously, he's more athletic. It appears.
Yeah, but his floor is also
runner.
lower too.
But that also one of the things that Brock Purdy's teammates and coaching staff raves about is his poise, his confidence, his command of the huddle.
That's what I'm talking about.
So that's why I'm saying I don't know that you can say Trey's ceiling is definitely better than Brock's. Who was better in high school? Brock Purdy. Who was better in college? Brock Purdy. I know he got drafted way lower, but he played at Iowa State.
And the reason why
Trey Lance
is
played
because
Division
of
I AA.
And that's because of physical tools. The reason why Trey Lance was drafted higher. And now physical tools don't necessarily make a great quarterback.
No, they don't.
Yes. However, when physical tools align with all the poise, the understanding offense, you get Patrick Mahomes, you get Cam Newton, you get some of the great quarterbacks.
And Trey Lance shouldn't even be mentioned in the same sentence. What makes you think Trey Lance can play? Like I said, he wasn't a blue chip high school. Fine, that was a while ago. I'm not going to hold high school against him or for him. But I'm just saying,
Brock Purdy was not heavily recruited at all. He was not heavily recruited.
He must have been somewhat. That's the Big 12.
Iowa State
I know it's not
was
a
not
football
good
power,
when they.
But it's still a
no,
Big
I'm
12.
saying that they were not good when they recruited Brock Purdy.
Well, they usually aren't good. But I'm just saying they play in the Big 12, not what the Missouri Valley or whatever that was. Brock Purdy was playing in.
The reason why I'm not ready to give up on Brock Purdy yet is that quarterbacking at times, if Aaron Rodgers had to play early, he may not have had the success.
Well, I agree that I do think more guys need to be. Yeah.
If Patrick Mahomes didn't
like Jordan Love might play really well.
That might be the best thing for him.
I'm with you there.
So that's the reason why I'm not willing to give up on Trey Lance. There is a chance that he is not good enough to be an NFL quarterback in terms of being a starter. However, the book is not written. This is year 3, and he's really in part of year 1 because he was hurt year 1, hurt all of year 2, and hurt so bad that he couldn't even practice because he had to have surgery and all of those things. So he's had a limited sample size for a guy who had limited experience in college as well. And I know this because I'm dealing with this firsthand, Chris, firsthand. I have a son who's a quarterback, who is a senior in high school, all the physical tools in the world, and he's getting recruited now and all of this. And
is he going Division I?
Yes.
Or 1AA? Okay.
No. He'll be Division I. The issue is that I know as his father and as a football guy that the thing that he needs most at this point in time, because there's no question about the throws or can he read coverage, any of this. It's just experience, because this is a kid who was a baseball player. And so I understand, like, I see in Trey Lance similarly what I see in my son, in that this is an experience thing as opposed to
I'm not even talking about your son. I'm talking about Trey.
There's a big jump between the NFL and high school and college.
Here's the thing, you have to admit this though, because obviously Trey has not gotten much of a chance in games, and because he's injured. They had him as a starter. It's just that he's been injured. However, has he shown them anything in practice?
He has.
He's third string now.
If you look at and the reason why I believe that he's third string is because he's probably making some minor mistakes that he shouldn't make.
Well, I was going to say, third year in, he needs to be playing a little bit. Well,
yeah, but this is also mistakes that Sam Darnold, as a 5-year starter, is not going to make. He's seen more of these things. So the best thing for Trey Lance may be to be third string this year, get more experience, get a chance to see more, get a chance to be healthy for an entire year and practice, right? And just practice, run the scout team, do all of the stuff that will help with his speed of the game, his processing, and all of these things, because at this point, they're not going to pick up his 5th-year option.
Right.
After this season. So, and he's so cheap at this point because they're fully, his contract is fully guaranteed for the 4 years. And and so it doesn't cost them any more money to keep him. So I'm keeping him on my roster.
The injury issues alone should make you keep him as a third stringer. And you're right. You keep working with him. Keep working with him. He may or may not.
It doesn't cost you. That's the thing. It doesn't cost you any additional money.
Keep working with him. Nothing. And we'll see if he ever pans out.